Described by Thucydides as intelligent and incorruptible, Pericles, son of Xanthippus, was an influential and successful Athenian citizen of the 5th century BC. He was an advocate for radical democracy and won a lot of power for the people. Events in Pericles' life stem from his political life. We can tell that Pericles was both generous and wealthy by his funding of the play The Persians in 472. Pericles was later enabled the poor to watch plays using tax money. These two facts tell us that Pericles was both a fan of theatre and a champion of the people, even though he came from an aristocratic family. In this podcast, I will focus on Pericles' political career, arguing he was a successful individual for himself, and he was successful for Athens mostly whilst he was alive, but his legacy failed to be successful. Now, we are going to assume that Pericles was a member of the Radical Democratic Party from the beginning of his political career. We can assume this for a few reasons. Firstly, he was rumored to be in association with the Radical Democratic Party leader Ephialtes, and secondly, because he led a failed prosecution against the aristocratic advocate Cimon. Pericles would later lead a joint campaign with Ephialtes to successfully ostracize Cimon in 461. Later that year, Pericles became the leader of the Radical Democrats after Ephialtes' assassination. From here, it is generally accepted by historians such as Donald Kagan that Pericles rose to a position of great influence and inevitably power within the ecclesia, eventually becoming strategos or general. This position of power in Athens is one of great influence. The strategoi was a council consisting of 10 strategos who held majority votes to decide things for Athens. Now, in this podcast, we like to assume that when I say Pericles did this, that, or the other, it was him choosing an action for Athens to take or introducing a policy that was then agreed upon by the strategoi. I will now give further evidence as to why I believe Athens was acting under Pericles' control during his lifetime.